Yo, what's going on, everybody? Coach Paul here, senior trainer over at Fit Results Chicago and one of the owners of the brand new Fit Results Logan Square, which you see me right here in. We just had our grand opening last Saturday. It was a great event. Like more than 100 people came through, and then we officially started classes this last Monday. So if you're in Chicago and you want to check us out, find us on fitresults.net/Logan Square, and you get to take advantage of a lot of the grand opening deals we have for personal training and our classes. So I wanted to do a review of this shoe right here, the Nike Metcon Flyknit 3s. I've been wearing the Metcon 4s ever since they came out early last year, since they first came out, and I do everything in these shoes. Everything we do here in the gym, from Olympic lifting, powerlifting, barbell work, conditioning, dynamic work, agility. This is my kind of go-to training shoe for everything that we do. Quick history of me and this shoe. I had the first Flyknit Metcons, and I really liked them. They were comfortable, they were great. I remember after a while they would wear down and my foot would get really loose in them, and I'd have to tie them up real tight, and they just started shifting around until I got another pair. When they came out with the second one, I put them on and I did a few training sessions in them, and my foot would slip out the back when I would be running sprints or doing like plyo work, or especially when I was pushing the sled. That was key. When I would push the sled, my heel would come out even if I tied them up real tight, and so it was super frustrating. So I returned them, got rid of them. There was no point in having them. So I've worn the Metcon 1, 2, 3, and now 4. That's my go-to shoe for any kind of heavy barbell work. I've tried the Nike Free Metcons. Those are a great shoe. Those are a great shoe for me to coach in and walk around in and wear. But when it comes to my own personal training sessions, I throw on the Metcons for the regular Metcons for everything that I do. So first reactions with this shoe. It got that good, nice, classic Metcon look with the very comfortable and great looking Flyknit upper. It seems like they put a different kind of material here on the back, kind of like this nice suede material, so that's kind of cool. They use the sock upper that they use in the Metcon Frees, which that's gonna be real interesting to see how that holds up. I feel kind of hesitant when I see this and when I feel this, because it's so soft and so comfortable that it feels like it could be too soft and too comfortable. But when you also put these on, there's like a much firmer, stable heel cup that you can immediately feel when you put the shoe on. Also with this kind of Nike Free Metcon lacing tack, I feel like this plastic piece will lock in the foot a little bit more, as opposed to just having the regular Flyknit, the Flywire lacing that I believe the other shoes had, which had a little bit more give. So maybe, seems like this it's all connected here. So we'll see how that holds up with some good tight lacing. You still have the Flywire going through the rest of the shoe. You also have this kind of plastic coating around the toe and around the sides. We'll see how that's always a place where you always get a lot of banging up. So we'll see how that feels and that holds up over time. And just the regular kind of platform of the regular Metcons, you got that heel plastic piece for handstand push-ups and just good durability. I got these in a 12. I'm true to size at about 11.5. My regular Metcons are an 11.5 because I don't like a lot of spacing, a lot of give. But of course, I'm wearing them all the time, and I do. You definitely need some space there. Not as much as I would think in like a running shoe. In a running shoe, I wear a 12.5 or a 12. I believe it's a 12.5. In like the Nike Flyknit Reacts, I wear a 12.5. I think in the Zoom Flies, I wear a 12 or a 12.5. And In my training shoes, I wear an 11.5. In these, I got a 12. Just because I feel like in these Flyknit shoes, they make them a little bit more narrow and a little bit more snug because they're gonna give anyways. But lengthwise, these are good. I'm gonna give these shoes a workout and we'll see how they go. So on the continuum between like heavy barbell work and on the other side, running, and then in between, you have your kind of circuit training, calisthenics, high intensity interval work, things with a lot of poundage. They created the Metcons to be more on this side and the Flyknit Metcons to be more towards this side. Not specifically all the way for running, but kind of in that high intensity interval, dynamic running, poundage kind of movements. So I'm gonna go through some Olympic lifts, I'm gonna go through some cleans, I'm gonna go through some jerks, and definitely gonna push the sled. I'm gonna do some kettlebell work, some dumbbell work, and some of the dynamic agility movements and calisthenics to see, how these shoes hold up. So check it out. Overall, great shoe. I did cleans in them, push the sled, snatches, dumbbell man makers, some change of direction work, and overall, it's a great shoe. Real comfortable, a lot better than the Metcon 2. Definitely more locked into the heel. These little plastic pieces lock my foot in. Doing kind of more explosive, heavy movements, I did feel like I was slipping around a little bit. I wasn't locked in so much. In those split jerks, I didn't feel as stable and as locked in as I would have wanted to. But where the shoe suffered was those quick pivoting change of direction movements. There was some slippage, some give, to the point where my foot even started to hurt, maybe because of that pressure in those specific areas where my foot would slide out the most, and like that outside ball of the foot. But if I were just gonna do a workout, just squats, deadlifts, maybe a lighter workout of Olympic lifts and higher repetitions, I wouldn't mind doing those kind of lifts. Any powerlifting movement, perfectly fine. It's definitely a shoe that matches up to the Metcon. Just exactly what I said, where it suffered was that kind of change of direction, fast pivoting movement. But if it's a workout where you just got some kind of light lateral movements, some plyometric work, box jumps, it's a great shoe if you're going to, do a workout where you're jumping on the treadmill, doing some strength training, maybe going for a run if that's part of your workout, a light run, and then coming back and doing a bunch of other things. So like what we do here at Fit Results and most other boot camps. So I think it's a great overall comfortable shoe in that respect. It's a shoe I'd wear all day to coach in. Wearing a Metcon for like 12 hours a day is not that great for my feet. This, it seems like a little bit more comfortable. It's a little thicker at the bottom, the sole's a little softer, which also makes this shoe a little bit heavier, heavier than the Metcon. So that would probably show up maybe in runs, or if I was doing things like toes to bar or pull-ups or things like that. That's maybe where those differences might show, because it's definitely a little bit heavier, but it's definitely a lot more comfortable. Maybe it's a little too thick too. It is kind of like the material makes it kind of like a sock. It's kind of thick, my feet were getting hot, but maybe that's just, it's just tight. It needs to break in and loosen up over time. But again, I hope it doesn't loosen up too much. So I'm gonna push these for a few more weeks. Keep using them to coach in and work out in, and see where more of those moments where I feel like I need to switch to a different training shoe. Would this be a shoe I'd like compete in like a CrossFit competition? I would if I had to, but I probably wouldn't use it as my first choice. I'd probably throw in the regular Metcon just because it is more stable, more locked in, it feels lighter, and if I were gonna do some heavier Olympic lifts and explosive movements, I'd probably want the regular Metcon with less give in that sole, which overall creates a higher power transfer. But like I said, I'd still do squats and deadlifts and knees. It's still pretty flat and solid when you do lifts like that. So let me know if you have any questions. Let me know what you think if you get this shoe. And yeah, you guys take care. Love, peace, and happy training. See ya.